Hey guys, before I start today's video, I just want to say that if you are enjoying my content and want to see more, please consider subbing and turning notifications on so you'll never miss when I upload. Also, leave a like if you enjoy it because it really helps me out. Thank you so much, and let's get into the video. Yo guys, what's up? And for today's new series, we're going to be doing Inside the Mind of a Pro. In this case, it's me, and I'm going to be basically reviewing the hottest or the best recent Rlcs or Pro series that have been going on in recent time. And we'll just be probably doing these, whatever series pops up that was really cool or a really fun series to watch. And just because I've been getting feedback from you guys that you guys really like to know what goes on or what pros are thinking during matches, and maybe you guys can take it and use it in your own gameplay and learn from it, and maybe just elevate in Rocket League because of that. But recently, SSG played Envy in the Winter Regional 2 in Rlcs. It was one of the better series of recent memory, and it actually went to a Game 7 bracket reset where SSG won since they came from lowers. Envy ended up winning the whole tournament, but we got 2 games here from that series. So I was just going to say, let's actually go for the first game, or the 5th game, where this was actually an 8-minute OT. Super intense series, really fun. But let's just see what these teams were doing. Alright, let's start off with Miss though. Playing safe, getting pads. Luckily for him, SSG kind of goes for a double commit, so they don't get a good shot on target. Sees how much space. This is really important. When you see you have space on the field and you have boost to do something with it, you got to take advantage of it. So here Miss is like, alright, I got space. I'm going to go for a solo play and try and beat a defender. So that's what he goes for. He gets it over the defender, but it's not really a threatening spot. But it's just got to be aware of when you have space and when to use it. Does a really good job of saving boost so he can get back to defense, not waste it in case he needs to go for a ball. Okay, here gets full boost, basically waiting on SSG. They go for a little pass on the offensive side. Doesn't really do too much. Miss with a good beat. This is a really good beat on Arsenal here because it opens up so much space on the field. And as you can see, Sipical and Rlcsx at the bottom of the screen are trying to just get back to defense. They don't want to be scored on, right? So Miss realizes that Atomic, his teammate's also mid, so he can get a free pass out mid, and hopefully Atomic can get a shot off. So it's really good awareness that to get this pass off, and for Atomic to be there, which is something Envy does really well, because if one of SSG was about to get this off, they wouldn't pass it because they know that the risk is just, it's not going to pan out well. But Envy does a really good job of passing when they know it's a free shot or free space. And so SSG's going back, they're both kind of low boost. They know they can get a free pass and possibly shot off. So Miss tries to diamond out mid. Atomic goes up, uncontested. Doesn't get the best shot, but they put up a threat, you know? Rotating back, saving boost. Boost management, guys. I'll probably be saying this so much. It's so important. Boost management is one of the most, like, underlooked values of Rocket League, of being a good player. Okay, you know, boring, just rotation. Really good pass out by Atomic here. And once Atomic gets this ball past Sip, Rlcsx realizes he's beat, so he can't challenge. Miss, in his head, he's looking for a double touch because he sees no one's on backboard. So that way it's a lot tougher to defend for SSG. Luckily for SSG, he doesn't really get a good first touch. And he kind of just beats, he just gets it over the backboard. But doesn't really get the good angle to follow it up, and he doesn't really get a shot, so it's kind of unlucky. But in that mindset, as a high level player, you always want to go for a tougher shot, or I mean a tougher shot both ways. It's going to be tougher for the defense to save, and it's going to be tougher for you to score. But if you can hit that, it's going to be a lot more awkward on the defense, so you can just have an easier time. Because oops, if he just tries to shoot that on net, then it's going to be really tough for him to score because SSG is going to be ready for almost any shot possible. So he's going to have to perfectly slot that and get a really nice shot off. Good saving boost. Forces Rlcsx to do something so his teammate can get back. Turbo looking for pass, can't really do it, misses, no boost. Atomic with some really good midfield challenging. That way he doesn't leave his team in a spot to get just back and race towards net because the ball is going to be on target. Really good turn by Miss. So Mist here, he goes for his play, right? He doesn't do too much with it. So he's like, all right, go back. Atomic's probably just saying I'm dead, and he saw it. Miss saw it, obviously. So Miss is like, all right, this mid boost is here. I'm gonna take his spot in midfield and try and keep possession of the ball. So he's in his says he's ready to challenge because he knows Atomic's gonna spawn behind him. So he's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna challenge Retals. That way, if I do get beat, Atomic won't be stuck in a 1v1 or in an awkward spot. He should have a free hit. So Miss does really well, and he ends up getting the perfect dunk. And he sees where Arsenal's coming from when he lands. He's like, Arsenal only has one spot to hit this, or one direction. So he's gonna go for a dunk, and he reads Arsenal perfectly. So that was really well done by Miss. Good communication probably by Envy. Good recognition to take control of the field. Yeah. Good kickoff for SSG, win possession. Arsenal with the big read. Arsenal knows that it's his ball to go for next, so he's going to go no matter what. And he honestly just reads Atomic super well with this touch. And Atomic probably didn't think he was going to turn. So Arsenal with a perfect challenge, and it honestly just goes top left. Probably a little bit lucky, but really good idea and good execution by Arsenal. Let's watch Arsenal for a little bit. Ooh, Turbo almost slotted that. Kind of unlucky for Arsenal. He wanted to follow that up, but it hit right back in a miss on the ceiling. Unlucky. Super good boost management by Arsenal. He's not using boost when he doesn't have to, which is very important. If you use boost just to get around the field when you don't have to, and that means sometimes you're gonna have none whenever you need the boost most. Whenever you need to make a save, go for a shot, be in the play, you're gonna need that boost. So Arsenal does a really good job of saving boost to always be in that play and always be ready for whenever the ball comes to him. You can't be at the top of Rocket League or want to be at a competitive spot in Rocket League if you don't have good boost management. It's a really important skill to work on. But it's not one of the ones that you think of because you think of mechanics, flip resets. But it's one of those hidden skills that come with playing time, and also just you gotta focus on it. You gotta practice it. You can't just be going around using 100 of your boost 24/7. Arsenal super bump heavy, goes for 2 of the NB players. That was kind of their game plan. SSG super bump heavy, and Arsenal's kind of the spearhead of it. Very risky challenge by Arsenal here. So Arsenal's idea was to keep the ball in play basically on their side, but this boost doesn't end up spawning for him. So now he goes for a challenge that Miss is going to win 95 out of 100 times. So like unluckily for him, it leaves SSG back with just Sip. And Sip gets a perfect challenge on the ball. Honestly, not much more you can ask for. But if Miss gets beat there, or Sipical gets beat there, sorry, then it could be a free goal for Envy. So that was a really risky challenge by Arsenal. Just because he had no boost, and you don't want to throw yourself away out of the play a lot of the time. Sometimes you need to help your team, but sometimes there's just times where you don't have to. Really good speed by Sipical. Up super fast. Good shot attempt. Saves his boost, stays midfield. Nice. Still saving boost. Okay, decides to go all the way back. Retals gets a demo off. Sip tries to bump Mist, ends up dying. Unlucky. Good beat. And as soon as this happens, he realizes he has a 1v1. And I believe Retals is like, alright, I'm gonna bump. But unlucky for SSG and Sip and Retals, Sip kind of just shoots it as soon as he can. So that way, Miss is able to make the save and Retals can't catch up to bump him. But also, it's really well done by Miss, because Miss could just full rush here. He could just full rush and get dusted. Or get bumped by Retals. But instead, he's like, alright, I see Retals chasing me. Sip has a free shot. My best bet is to just wait it out and hopefully get a save. And he does it perfectly just because Retals can't reach him. And it's just really well done. You know, last seconds of the game, don't want to get scored on, playing safe. Really good boom by Turbo. Last seconds of the game, 95% of the time, get that ball out of your net. Or out of your defense. You don't want to be the guy that tries to take a dribble in front of your net, gets dunked straight top left binnies. You know what I'm saying? Get that ball out. Arsenal bumps 2 of the NB players once again. Miss kind of wasted all his boosts. Risky plays. Realize I'm going to go all the way back. This is
Alright, right here, this is one of the many times that overtime and pressure will do to a lot of players, and it happens to everyone. Miss unlucky, but the boost spawns right after he leaves, right? It's kind of unfortunate. But since Mist is kind of a defensive-minded player, he goes all the way back, where some players would actually decide to rather get these pads and stay in the play, right? Have this pad, and maybe this pad if it spawns, 36 boost. Because look where Turbo does. Turbo gets a beat, and look at the ball. It's like floating right over the net, and SSG's all back. But since Mist went all the way back, it's kind of scary because now Sipical has a lot of space to work with. But I believe Sipical doesn't have boost. Yeah, Sipical doesn't have boost, so he just booms the ball away. Because in overtime, you're like, get the ball away. You know, get it out. So that was a little bit lucky for Miss, but a lot of the times, getting boost and staying in that play is definitely the move. But in these overtimes where there's pressure, you don't want to be the one going for a risky challenge that gets your team scored on. Going all the way back is playing it safe. Usually the better play. Just depends how risky you want to be, basically. Oh, wait, let's go to Mist's point of view. So Miss gets a good beat on Rlcsx. Tries to get this ball mid. Almost works out perfectly, getting a lucky-ass double touch, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure he tried to do that somewhat, but the fact that it almost went in is pretty lucky. Rlcsx with a really good challenge. Keep the ball on Envy side. Miss getting pads. Going to the open space of field. Really good job by Turbo to hit the ball to the open space where no one on SSG is. Okay. Envy playing really defensive like Miss was earlier. They're both back. The ball pops out mid here and no one's there because they don't want to get pushed up too far. So Miss probably could go for this ball, but he doesn't expect Arsenal to miss. So they're playing more on the defensive side. Good dribble by Rlcsx. Good job by Rlcsx. Just be annoying. Try and keep possession. Kind of just saving boost, playing safe again. Letting his teammates follow. Don't want to cut anyone off. No one up. Tries to keep possession as soon as he knows. His teammates here are probably calling that no one's up. So that's why he starts feathering his boost and wants to keep it close to get a 50 instead of just giving the ball away to the other team, giving them possession. Turbo. Ooh, Turbo. Turbo with a really good positioning. Gets a really solid double touch. Ooh, even another. But again, Envy's super far back. They're playing safe. They're playing defensive. They don't want to get scored on. They don't want to push up. If they don't get a perfect shot there, they might get dunked. Counterattack on the other side. Kind of like G2. But yeah. That was really well done by Turbo. To just keep the ball in the corner there. Try and get a play. Pop it out mid for his boys. Double commit, but they get the challenge off. Kind of lucky that it pops right back out to Atomic, but you know. Kind of just a clusterfuck in that. Bad double commit. This is where, if this isn't an overtime in Game 5 of the Grand Finals, Rlcsx might be a little bit closer here to score. Nah, because Arsenal was still on their side. But very fortunate for Envy, and kind of bad by Envy for that double commit. But very fortunate for them because no one's there. SSG doesn't expect that. So that way Atomic gets a free clear, and he probably even gets space. But yeah, let's go back to watching the fourth time. Good positioning. Rotate behind his teammate here. Nice. Look how very far back midfield, very far back. Lets his teammate take the hit. He's gonna have a lot easier time with that than Turbo was. Again, look how far back mid he is. He's playing in the play, but kind of out of it. He wants to be safe in case something like that happens where he gets beat. Sheesh, what a read, Turbo. Takes possession. Not the greatest 50, to be honest. Rotating behind his team. Really good challenge. He noticed Sip was dribbling, so he wanted to nip it in the bud. Fake. Total fake. Didn't whiff. Not a whiff. At all. Faked. Try to touch it to the corner, keep it out of harm's way. Atomic with a good touch, keep it away. Even controlling the ball. Really well done by Atomic. Probably runs out of boost, can't get it out mid. Turbo again with the good rotations in midfield. Turbo's rotating back post here. Again, you never want to go straight to, a lot of the times, unless you straight have to, you never want to go straight back to net and turn around. You always want to kind of come at an angle, back post to net, like Turbo is, where he's sideways, because that way you can get almost anywhere on target of the net. Because if Sip shoots it top right, he can just double jump, go straight up, and be there. If Sip shoots it top left, say he does get the shot up top left, then he has momentum to drive forward and just try and save it with speed and momentum. But if he's just parked in net, just standing or being straight, still just doing a drift, for him to go get that top left shot, he has to go out, he has to go to the side, and then jump again with zero momentum. So it's going to be a lot slower and a lot harder to get to. But if you keep staying back post, you'll always be able to be in the play or be ready for what's going to happen on defense. So even here, he's ready. His takeoff and his read is very kind of poor, to be honest. But the idea of going back post like he is right here again, not going straight back to net or like reading the play, is really well done. Well, there he didn't really go back post, but he was going to, but he ended up not needing to go all the way back. Back post again, get behind his team. You'd ever want to cut straight into the play and straight on the ball. Really good beat over two people. Envy goes for a good passing play. Miss kind of rifles it a little bit too hard. Atomic can't score it. Good challenge by Turbo again. Turbo's always going to be the one doing a lot of the midfield challenging like this, the beats, that don't come up on the stat sheet. But it makes him the 4-time world champion because he's one of the best at doing the dirty work that stats just don't show. These midfield challenges, challenging the other team, going for demos, just boost steals. You know, he's not going to be the one scoring the flashy double touches a lot of the times, or the mechanical stuff, or getting a lot of saves just because he's doing like the midfield work, which doesn't come up on the stat sheet. But Turbo's one of the best in the world at it, and that's why he's won, 4 world championships. Okay. Really good, like his positioning, A1. S tier. Alright, let's go to Atomic. We haven't watched much Atomic. Atomic's one of the most unique players in the game. I think every pro can say that. Like when Atomic's on the ball, you don't know what he's going to do, and that's a really good aspect. Just because if you don't know what he's going to do, then that makes it a lot tougher as a defender to know like how to challenge or how to approach him. So we can just see what Atomic does. Straight back. Gets his boost stolen, but keeps enough to where he can challenge that. Instead of just wasting going all the way to 0 where you'd have to sit in that. Kind of awkward. Doesn't get the best touch. Kind of just messes up, but grand finals, they're not going to punish him too hard right now. Really weird touch by Miss. Good job by Atomic to be ready. Gets pre-jumped by Rlcsx. That's confidence. 6 minutes and OT. Good boost pathing. He's going to have full boost when he gets to net. You see how he does this little turn? This is what I was talking about. The back post. A lot of pros do this. He goes for back post. That way he's going to have momentum and he turns into the net. He doesn't go straight back and do a 180. He's going to be sideways if the ball comes towards net. That way he has momentum and a good angle to go for the ball, wherever it's going to be. See, now he's a good read on the play. Kind of double kits with Turbo. Unlucky. Gets the boost. That's kind of fortunate. Really good 50. Atomic's on low boost a lot of times, but he's really good at playing with low boost, which is an insane skill to have. But it's also very risky because, if you have to go for an aerial but you have 0 boost, you're kind of screwed. But he's very good at disguising his boost. Or always playing with low boost. Good beat by Miss. Good follow by Turbo. It was a threat. Sip nipped it in the bud though. Envy goes for a passing play. Kind of the same thing as Envy. Rlcsx hit it too hard though. Envy with so much space. What are they? They kind of just give away the ball. I don't think Envy expected to have that much space. They kind of just panicked and ended up giving the ball right back, which is kind of what happens in these long OTs with high pressure. They're just going to play boom ball and give the ball back and forth until someone makes a mistake. So yeah, but compared to regular games or earlier in the grand finals, they're probably going to be a lot more high risk, high reward type plays where people are going to be challenging a lot sooner. Atomic rotating behind Mist in case he gets beat. Good challenge by Atomic. Forces the other team to do something. Really good pop by him. I don't know what he's doing. You see, I told you, he's unique. I don't know what he was going for there. I think he was stalling time for his team to get into play. But, yeah. So much space. Oh. Okay. The idea of this play was 10 out of 10. The execution, not so much. The crazy thing is that comms, how important they are, is going to get shown in effect. Atomic pops it to Miss. Look how much open space there is. Right? But Atomic's like, yo, don't shoot that. There's going to be 2 in net. Let me fake this. Get possession of the ball once again. And Miss is like, yo, I'm mid. So he's like, all right, run it back. Unlucky for them, they don't get the perfect playoff. It goes a little bit high. But, like, look at the execution of knowing the open space, knowing what you have to work with, and communication, like, makes that play, like, insane. Like, that is so tough to do, especially in a high-level match. So that was really impressive. It was just the execution was a little bit poor. But that, like, awareness, boost control, everything, like, good communication, all led up to that. Atomic saving boost, staying in the play. Doesn't want to rotate all the way back and just give up space on the field. He's going to try and follow Mrs. Clear here. Doesn't. Gets a really good demo in Arsenal. And as you can see, Sip just challenged Miss. Miss gets a really good challenge. Arnold's like, oh, fuck. I'm last man. I can't get beat now. So he's like, fuck, go back. Turbos recognizes that, pops it to himself, gets a good shot, and Reynolds doesn't get the save. Big challenge by Miss to keep it in the play. Atomic with a really good demo to just remove one of the players, puts all the pressure on Reynolds, and boom, just like that, Envy wins. You know, Turbo slots it, he has the ice, and they win game 5 just like that.